Welcome to another edition of Digital Dialogue, where we are interacting with the industry leaders, association heads, and trade bodies to bring out the nuances and issues and challenges of our industry. Today, we have with us Mr. A.V. Vijay Kumar, Chairman of Federation of Freight Forwarders Association of India. Welcome to our show, Mr. Vijay Kumar. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It's a
Thanks for
pleasure to have
inviting me.
with us. My first question is, by now, everybody knows the impact of COVID. We have discussed a lot on that. So what I'm trying to understand from you is, today we have different states having different lockdown conditions, situation. One state is extending, one state is opening up. Even it is across the globe also, if you look at countries, some of the states in United States of America, which have opened up for businesses again because of the second spike, they are thinking of imposing lockdown again. So our freight forwarding is a global business. Now, if they across uh, countries and across states, if you have these disturbances, what are the kind of difficulties that your members are facing right now, and what do you see the future scenario is?
Yes, if you see that in India, because it started across the world, it started from China in end of December onwards, and it started affecting India's business also for that.
Right.
Freight forwarders are one of the most affected business partners in the supply chain. Of course, you know that the freight forwarders are the door-to-door carriers of the goods, and of course they are the most affected partners in the supply chain. If you see that in India in the March 25th, that complete lockdown started, the almost all the second till third lockdown, most of the areas except essential commodities, others cargoes were not cleared. But of course, in the first week itself, the MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, has brought our industry also as one of the essential service provider, with the local administration issuing the passes and all these things. We started our activities for that. Of course, initially it started with for essential commodities like medical equipments and medicine and COVID kits and all other things. And we are happy to support the government system for doing all this thing in this pandemic period and the complete lockdown situation also. Of course, because of that, all the across India that the industries are closed. Most of the activities are not happened except essential commodity. But if you see that in the second week of April onwards, slowly they are given some relaxation for the industry, and goods vehicles are permitted to move from port to another states, interstate, intrastate, and all this thing allowed. So started activities slowly from there. Now, of course, depends on the city. Of course, Chennai is again a complete lockdown till 5th of July. But other locations, with some relaxation, people are working for that. But air cargoes are all from the day one. The second day onwards, it started their activity. Container terminals are working. I will not say that as usual, but majority of the cargoes are moved from the terminals to the CFSs. From there, it is moved to their factories. Yes, we are one of the most affected business entity in the supply chain.
So what are the challenges that your members are facing right now?
The present situation, of course, the challenges is the complete removal of lockdown is not happened in some of the cities. And second challenge is commuting people from different locations. Now, there is no public transport system. That affect our industry very badly for that. And still now there are shortage of drivers, shortage of employees for that, because migrant workers and all this thing left CFS and port and all this thing, the migrant workers are not there. So these are all the challenges as of now, but still the activities are not stopped, things are happening for that. It's not affected badly, but it is one of the concerns for us. For the public transport system is not there. That is one of the major concerns, because everybody cannot use their own vehicle for that commutation daily basis. So that is affected our activities. But people are doing that documentation and all at their home, and physical clearance is affected because of that shortage of workforce.
So before COVID, we were talking about digitalization in our industry, like for the movement of cargo, for all the documentation, electronic payments, electronic clearances, and all that. And now a lot of people say that COVID has accelerated and everybody is in an urgency to get on to digitalization. So what do you see the scenario both from the industry side and from the government side on the digitalization efforts?
I want to appreciate at this stage the Customs Department, especially CBIC and DG system. In this COVID period, of course, it is a part of the TFA Trade Facilitation Agreement. Most of the activities are digitalized, but the way it is in a fast way, it introduced a lot of digitization in this customs clearance part. We have to compliment CBIC and DG system for most of the activities are we are able to handle digitally now, and customs is moving forward to complete digitization before end of this year. So if you see that in the post-COVID, in the COVID period, they simplified a lot of procedure. Of course, that execution of bonds, physical bill of entry copies, and all these things they allowed us to digitally. We can scan and send it to them. Execution of bonds, they relaxed and they accepted for that with the lettered, with the reputed customers like your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 and all these things. They accepted that undertakings by in lettered without physically going to custom house. We can transact all this activity digitally. As of now, customs made a lot in a very speedy manner. It's not this thing very fast. This thing within immediately after that the COVID started, they started these changes, and almost all the activities we are able to do it digitally now from the custom side. The same way in other side also, shipping lines also supported for that the surrendering of the bill of lading and all this thing. They accepted that we can scan and given an undertaking, and then they accepted for that. So it is digitalization helped a lot for in this period, and as far as the customs concerned, they are planning to complete digitalize all the activities of customs clearance before end of this year.
Going forward, now we are looking at these geopolitical issues also with countries like China. Politically sensitive issues have become politically sensitive. But what trade worry is that will have impact on the imports into India, and also we have seen some difficulties in cargo clearances at ports both in India as well as in China. So as a freight forwarding community, what is the scenario that you are looking at?
I am not the authority to talk about that.
Not politically, trade scenario.
That's what I'm trying to say. That I'm not. Yes, it is. You know that the most of the industries are depending more on that import from China, whether it is a raw material or components or spare parts. So if you take that industry like pharma, electronic industry, automobile industry, almost all this industry for that. Yes, it had that impact of this thing. The productions are dropped because of that delay in the clearances. But there are certain relaxation for that. Some of the direction from the board, some ports it started clearance after 100% examination of the cargo. I'm not authorized to talk beyond that on that. Yes, there is an impact on that. A sudden stoppage of import has impacted that industry.
So looking at these situations and COVID scenario, what do you think that future business impact, like how much percentage of business of a freight forwarding community will come down, and what is the timeline that we are looking at when things can slightly look up and then be cheerful.
If you see that in the past 2 months, if you see that the imports, of course, it was in the pipeline and all the thing that it's not affected. Number of container or tonnage in the air cargo is not drastically not dropped, and slowly that export is picked up. In end of, if you see that in the June, that export cycle is increased, but import is dropped. Yes, and nobody knows what is the present, because across the world, it is not 1 or 2 countries affected for that. And it will take some more time. I'm not in a position to predict or, but in export side, there is an improvement from India side, but import is dropped.
So still it is uncertain that when we can see the...
Exactly, yes. I'm not sure. I think the near 3-4 months, I'm not expecting any drastic change in that.
So let us talk about then what are the lessons that we have learned from COVID-19 impact as a freight forwarding community or a custom house agents community?
Yes, it's new for everybody for that. We never expected any industry for that matter, not only the freight forwarding or custom brokers. But yes, we are prepared for the changing scenario. Of course, we never stopped our activity for that, even this the complete lockdown period also. We are like doctors and medical staff, like police. We are also in the front line to do that essential commodity clearances and all. And it's a great learning. Of course, most of the industries are very badly affected. Financially, they're affected very badly, because paying the employees and their regular activities and all affected very badly. Financially, all the industries are, especially our industries, hit very badly. Of course, it's an experience to us. We are finding a new method and new ways how to come out from this. We are talking to our other industry colleagues also for that, other related industries also, how to come out this situation jointly. You are working on that.
Okay.
With like other freight forwarders and other industry colleagues.
Ministry of Commerce, I am told, is finalizing the national logistics policy. So from FFAI, do you have any suggestions?
Yes, we are working on that. Now it is sectioned at that time for that previously, because that the new Secretary Logistics is joined, and they're compiling all these things. We are also preparing our representation to the ministry for that.
You have any specific issues that you would like to?
Yeah, there are a lot of things, you know, that everything comes under now that logistics sector. I mean, now, you know, that civil aviation, shipping and everything is in a different thing, even though our request is to bring everything under one thing, and every activity has to happen through that. So we are making our proposal for that. We are preparing for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vijay Kumar. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thanks for calling me for this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.